Welcome to the Real Estate Influencers webinar on LinkedIn. Today, we're going to be covering LinkedIn. It's one of the top platforms. We're going to tell you everything you need to know about LinkedIn. Got a great agenda for you. I see a lot of people joining in. I know over 200 people registered for this event. This is to give you a taste of what we do with our influencer community, our real estate influencers. They're on the call. I've invited some other realtors on the call as well. So if you're here, you're either a real estate influencer part of our program, or you're getting a sneak peek into what we do with influencers to teach them about Facebook, Instagram, Google, YouTube, you name it. Today, we're covering LinkedIn. So let me know in the chat what it is you'd like to learn about LinkedIn today. And are you currently an influencer or are you just visiting today? Let me know in the chat. Thanks for joining. I see a lot of people on the call. We got Alberto, Armin, Calvin, Charles, Felice, Irina. I know Irina. She's an influencer. Laura. We got Mark Short. We got Michael, Ron, Steven, Valerie. Say hi in the chat. Let us know where you're tuning in from and what it is you want to learn today. I'm going to get started in just a few minutes. We're going to be covering everything LinkedIn. I made this training today really easy for you all to grasp what is LinkedIn, how does LinkedIn work, how is it different from Facebook and Instagram and these other platforms, why you should be using it. And I think a lot of you will actually kind of fall in love with LinkedIn today. And I know most of you aren't really playing on LinkedIn, but it's a platform that isn't used as much as Facebook or as much as Instagram, or it's, not crazy like TikTok, but it's very professional. It's very easy to use. And my favorite part, it's really usable on the computer versus on the phone. So let me check the chat here. We've got people commenting from all over. We got Emma from Greensboro, North Carolina. Look forward to understanding the power of LinkedIn. Irina says, hello, my Miami people. Mark Short from Maui, need to learn LinkedIn. Awesome. We got Maui in the house. Lori from San Diego. Thanks so much for joining. I see the numbers are growing, so I'll give it a few more minutes and we will get started. Comment in the chat. I'm looking at the chat. This is not a recording. This is me, real person. Definitely want you to participate, ask questions, and this is going to be a lot of fun. And that's the cool thing about LinkedIn is LinkedIn comes from a very professional network. So actually, when you have a little fun on LinkedIn, you stand out, right? If you do a little comedy on video, you stand out. If you do things a little bit differently on LinkedIn, you can stand out. And that's what we're going to go over today is exactly what types of content you should be putting on LinkedIn. What are all the tools? This is recorded, absolutely. And we have the slide decks that are going to be available. So yeah, this is also going to get fully edited into a nice professional video that you can all watch. If you're an influencer, you get access to all the videos. So thanks for tuning in. We got Miriam from the Bronx in the house. We got the Janice Sam's team from Tennessee. Awesome. All right, everybody. So today is all about the power of LinkedIn. I've covered Google, I've covered YouTube, I've covered Instagram, I've covered Facebook. This is the first full training on LinkedIn for my influencer community and those guests that have joined in as an exclusive preview to this content. So let's get into it, the power of LinkedIn. This is the agenda for today. I'm going to cover it. What does your LinkedIn profile need to look like? I'm going to cover what kind of posts you need to do on LinkedIn, what types of posts get the most engagement on LinkedIn. We're going to go over the LinkedIn network, which is one of the tabs on the top and probably the most important tab because that's where your connections happen. That's where your contacts happen. We're going to go over LinkedIn jobs, which is really what LinkedIn used to be known for. It was really a job site. Now that's just one part of LinkedIn. And LinkedIn has become kind of like a Facebook feed or an Instagram feed or a news feed now. We're going to cover LinkedIn networking, LinkedIn messaging, and LinkedIn Sales Navigator. A lot of you don't even know about Sales Navigator. That is gold. I'll cover that at the end. That's like the premium version of LinkedIn. I use that for my business. It's grown my business tremendously. Okay, so my first question for all of you, who's using LinkedIn? Let me know in the chat if you're using it or you're not using it. Put it in the chat. Let me know. I want to get a gauge of, are people using it? And yes, somewhat. Yes, I am not. Some yeses, some not reallys. Yeah, it's one of those platforms like we're kind of all using Facebook or Instagram, but we forget about LinkedIn. Because Facebook and Instagram is owned by Meta, generally we post to Facebook and then we automatically post to Instagram, or we post to Instagram and we automatically post to Facebook. But this is like the child of social media that doesn't get as much attention is LinkedIn. Okay, so here we go. Let's get into it. Secret number one is how to show up on LinkedIn like a professional. All right, I'm going to show you how to set up your profile the right way. That's really important. I am blown away by some people's profiles on LinkedIn. No photo, no cover image. I have no idea what company they work for. That's crazy to me. I think you have to be on LinkedIn, at least with a professional profile. Secret number two is how to build and leverage your LinkedIn reputation fast. Okay, how to build your reputation on LinkedIn really quickly. Secret number three we're going to cover is how to make connections on LinkedIn easily. Okay, so let's get into it. This is what LinkedIn used to look like when it was when they founded LinkedIn. Okay, and here's the history of LinkedIn. In 2002, LinkedIn was born. In 2005, LinkedIn launched ads. Most of you don't even know that you can run ads on LinkedIn, right? 2014, they launched the news feed. That was the game changer. Okay, when they launched the news feed, they really said, we're going to compete with Facebook, we're going to compete with Instagram, and now there's a news feed on LinkedIn. So for those of you who haven't been on LinkedIn in a while, you're like, it's a professional network. I'm not on the job search. I'm a realtor full-time. I don't need LinkedIn. Well, LinkedIn is now a news feed. Okay, and in 2014, they also launched LinkedIn Sales Navigator. How many people even know about LinkedIn Sales Navigator? Put yes in the chat or no. That is a premium pay-for tool. Instagram doesn't have anything like it. Facebook doesn't have anything like it. That is the tool that can really make some connections for you and build your database in LinkedIn. You would be surprised. I'm going to show you behind the scenes what that looks like at the end. So let's look at how big LinkedIn is. Not as much revenue as some of these other profiles like Facebook and Instagram. 14.5 billion total revenue, 3.8 billion in advertising revenue, 900 million users. I just want you to get a sense of how big LinkedIn is. 900 million users, Facebook, 3 billion. Okay, that's the difference, like quadruple on Facebook. So here's the opportunity. Not that many people playing on LinkedIn. I like to always go counter marketing, right? So if there's not a lot of people playing on LinkedIn, I'm going to go play on LinkedIn. Here's the important stat. LinkedIn revenue increased by 26.2% to 14.5 billion. So they're on the up and up, okay? And a lot of people, when Facebook and Instagram went down, they moved over to LinkedIn. Anybody remember when that happened? That was a big deal. So advantage number one, and I think for the real estate community especially, advantage number one is that LinkedIn is very professional, right? You ever go on Facebook or TikTok and you're like, it's a little too rowdy over here. I like LinkedIn because it's professional, okay? Advantage number two is it's super easy to stand out on LinkedIn. Why? Because it's so professional. So if you come in with video, or you come in with something funny, or you come in with some crazy comment, you're going to stand out on LinkedIn and get a lot of attention. Advantage number three, super easy to do networking, super easy to upload your contacts. This is the only platform, Facebook and Instagram don't have this, where you could literally take a spreadsheet of all your contacts, upload it to LinkedIn, and LinkedIn goes and finds your contacts. Facebook and Instagram only have the ability to sync with your phone. They don't give you the ability to upload a spreadsheet and find your contacts. Has anybody done this? I know this is super rare, but this is what I'm going to show you today is how do you take a spreadsheet of your contacts? And I'm even going to show you today how to get your contacts out of your phone or out of your email into a spreadsheet and then boom, upload it to LinkedIn and have it find all the people for you. It won't find everybody, but I'll tell you, it'll find a majority. I've done this exercise quite a few times and it works great. Laura says, no, but it sounds great. A lot of no's, a lot of no's. So that's advantage number three is it's super easy to find your people. Okay, all of you have a database. I know that. Not all of you have it in a spreadsheet, but once you get it in a spreadsheet and you upload it to LinkedIn, it's gold. Advantage number four I think a lot of you are going to love this. It's better used on a desktop. You ever work with like Instagram and Facebook on your phone and you're like, this is great, but does everything have to be on my phone? I mean, I'm getting old. I need glasses at this point. Like, I need to just work on a computer. I don't want to do all the work on my phone all the time. Anybody else with me? Let me know in the chat. Like, are you tired of like squeezing and squinting on your phone to do stuff and you just want to like get some space and like open it up on a computer? Most social medias don't have that, right? But LinkedIn is a desktop functionality type of social media platform, right? I'm getting a lot of agreed, yes, absolutely. That's why I really feel like a lot of you are going to fall in love with LinkedIn right now when I go over these features, because it's the only platform that you can really use it on a desktop. Yeah, like a big screen, right? So that's to me is a huge advantage against other platforms. And if you got really good on LinkedIn, trust me, you can get a lot of business. I know so many realtors that are crushing it on LinkedIn. So let's look at your LinkedIn profile first. Okay, this is where you need to be professional. So if we open up our LinkedIn profile, and this is my LinkedIn profile, and please go on LinkedIn and connect with me, right? That's how this works. We go on LinkedIn and we connect with people. And I'm opening it on, I'm showing you everything today on a desktop to be refreshing and be like, wow, I've got space to work with today, right? Instead of being, on my phone. So this is LinkedIn on a desktop. This is what you see, right? And this is my profile. My profile has a photo. My profile has a cover image. My profile has a title, right? And I want to make like a really impactful title. So co-founder at realgrader.com, real estate technology coach, sales marketing expert, and national speaker. I want to sound important, right? I want to be professional and I want to sound important. So I want you all to think and maybe look at your LinkedIn profile. What does your title say? Do you sound important? Do you sound professional? Do you look professional, right? I mean, this haircut, maybe, I don't know, a little crazy, but that was my haircut back then. Now I got this, right? What about the profile image? Do you have your logo? If you're working at Berkshire Hathaway or Coldwell Banker or EXP, is your logo in the banner? Most of you, it's not, all right? I've even seen top professionals not even have a photo here. And then are you hooked up to your company? And then have you completed your profile section? So all of that is available from the top right-hand corner where it says me. There's a photo of me. You expand that and you can edit your profile. Now I'm going to show you one more thing. When you edit your profile, you can actually edit the URL for your profile. This is my public profile. I've made my profile public so everybody can see it. Now on LinkedIn, I think that's a good idea, okay? You're not going to have those crazy posts like on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, okay? So you just have to go in and make your profile public and you can modify the URL. My URL is linkedin.com/in/Alex Montalenti. And anybody can click on that URL and get to my profile. James asking, do I need to set up a business profile or can I use my personal profile? Your personal profile pretty much is a business profile. There's company profiles, that's different, but your profile is your profile, whether it's individual or business. You want to make it your business profile if you're in business. Like this isn't going to say, have a picture of my family and that's it. I'm going to put my company here. Make sense, James? Let me check the Q&A. If you say so many things on your profile, you look like you do too much. Feel that people do not like somebody that does everything. Yes, you do have to have focus, right? Like for me, I'm looking to get on bigger and bigger stages. So I definitely want to have that I'm a real estate technology coach, sales marketing expert, national speaker. But whatever it is, make sure it looks professional and it represents you properly and you keep it up to date. Okay, so this is your profile. Now your profile gets views. I had 196 profile viewers. It's up 35% from the previous week. That's interesting, right? Wouldn't it be good to know how many people check out your profile? How many people check out your posts? Well, LinkedIn has analytics on all this, and that's available directly when you log into your profile. It'll tell you analytics. Now, what about activity? These are some of the most recent posts I did on LinkedIn. Okay. And I do a lot of video on LinkedIn. So I'm posting a lot about my podcast, Real Estate Influencers Podcast. I highly recommend video, but I'm going to talk about today what are the 7 most engaging types of posts that you should do. I'm going to take off my glasses for a little bit. So most of you, I've looked at your profiles. We've looked at over 30,000 agent profiles online through our software, and there's a lot of mistakes. Some of them I already spoke about. Inconsistent and lack of branding, right? So a lot of you don't have your branding in your cover image. A lot of you don't have your photo, most up-to-date photo, or a good photo, or any photo. Some of you have broken links and outdated information, inappropriate or negative content. You might want to read your endorsements. You get a lot of endorsements on LinkedIn, and you should get a lot of endorsements on LinkedIn. Make sure that you like what you read there, because the public is going to see that too. You might have missing profiles or duplicate profiles. If you don't have a LinkedIn, you absolutely need one, but a lot of you have more than one. Okay, and that's something you want to clean up. We don't want to have duplicate profiles, more than one profile. Who needs more work? I don't need more work. I just want to have one good profile. So this is an opportunity. A lot of you have done this. Some of you may not. This is free. We do an audit of all your online profiles, including LinkedIn, at getyourfreegrade.com. Now, this is not a sales webinar. This is purely informational. This is going to be all about free services and tools that you can use. So let's jump in to the LinkedIn home feed. Okay, the LinkedIn home feed is where you go on LinkedIn and you click on home on the very top. And on the very top, you can see here, home, my network, jobs, messaging, notifications. Those are the primary tools of LinkedIn. Okay, home, my network, jobs, messaging, notifications. Then I can edit my profile. Then there's additional tools. And then there's Sales Navigator if you purchase it. Okay, that Sales Navigator is only a premium service. If you purchase it, it's around $70 a month. Not needed for everybody, but if you fall in love with LinkedIn and you want to go big, that is a great tool to use, and I'll show you later. But this is the news feed. On the news feed, I can post content, photos, videos, audio events, articles. Okay, one of the latest features is newsletters. And here are the posts, like Lori Sheehan, one of our clients from Douglas Elliman, she posted something, right? And this is where you can scroll and see everybody's content. That's your home feed, okay? So far, so good. Now, what are the most engaging types of content that you can post? Here's an interesting one, text-only listicles, okay? What's a text-only listicle? Very weird word, right? What it is it's only text. It's kind of like an article, but it's pure text, no image. It seems like those get a lot of engagements. And I'm not talking about a whole paragraph of text. I'm just talking about a few key points, right? People have a short attention right now. So a few key points or bullets, and that's it. Those posts do really well because people don't like to read a lot and people don't like to watch that much anymore, right? That's why we have short format video and long format video. Short format video is because we don't have that much attention anymore. Let's face it, we get distracted. You're probably on this webinar and got a phone call and got distracted, or somebody's like talking to you over there and you get distracted. That's how it is on social media too. You're scrolling, you watch a video, and then a phone call comes in and you're off. So that's why the listicles work really well. Nice, short content. Number 2 is LinkedIn newsletters, brand new feature they just launched. Those are performing really well. People can subscribe to your newsletter and start to receive your content on LinkedIn. Number 3 is when you post questions. Questions work really well on every single platform. Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn. Why do questions work well? Because you're prompting engagement. You're asking people to do something. Sometimes they read your content and they don't like, and they don't comment, and you think they didn't even see it, but a lot of them did, but you just didn't ask them to like. You didn't ask them to share. You didn't ask them to comment. So what did they do? They read and they moved on with life. When you ask a question, you're actually prompting them to do something and you're going to get a lot more engagement. Does that make sense? Let me know in the chat if you're following. Native LinkedIn videos is number 4. And by the way, this is the 7 highest engagement types of posts according to LinkedIn. I didn't come up with this stuff myself. I did the research on LinkedIn to find out what was engaging. So native LinkedIn videos. So not sharing a video from YouTube or anything, actually uploading the video directly to LinkedIn. They want you to post it directly to LinkedIn. That performs really well. What they do is they put that video in front of more people, knowing that it's directly on LinkedIn, not from Facebook or Instagram or YouTube, right? They want their own content. Number 5 is LinkedIn documents, uploading documents for people to read. Very interesting. People like that. Now, here are the 2 best ones. They put them at the end. This is not in priority order as far as I'm concerned. Maybe it was for them, because I think the last 2 are the most important. Here it is. Number 6, engaging one-liners. Okay, very simple post. So how many of you are like, I don't have time to post on social media, Alex? You keep talking about social media, it's this great thing, but I just don't have time for it. Well, I'm telling you an easy way to do it. One-liners, listicles. They don't need a lot of content. They just need you to show up and see that you're there. I need to see Tyler on LinkedIn. I need to see James on LinkedIn. I need to see Miriam on LinkedIn. So using a one-liner is a great way, okay? And the one-liner can be sharing an opinion. It can be busting a myth or sparking debate. It can be inspiring or motivating or educating. It could be resharing a post, an article with commentary. These are easy one-liner posts. And now the final one is the one that you all shy away from, but it's the gold: personal posts. Okay. The thing that's missing on social media for real estate individuals, professionals, is you. You're missing. Your photo's missing. I see your listings. I see plenty of listings. I see plenty of under contract sold, but I don't see you as much. And the realtors, they get it. They know what I'm talking about. They're posting themselves. They're connecting with more people, and they're sharing more authentically. All right. Now, I'm not talking about sharing my lunch, right? I'm not sharing like some drama. I'm just talking about sharing personal posts so people get to know you a little bit better. Okay. So I'm actually going to read this because I think it's important. Personal posts in any format or content show people a slice of you, and people relate to people. We are in the people business. We're in the relationship business. They love that there's a real person with their own thoughts, ideas, and experiences behind the post they read. I really want this one to land. You have to get this. Social media is a relationship site. This isn't a marketing site. Okay. In fact, everybody's shying away from the marketing and the ads. They're connecting to the person behind the post. So they love that there's a real person with their own thoughts, ideas, and experiences behind the posts they read. So whether these posts talk about your values, your personality, or your favorite book, they are sure to generate more engagement. These posts show what makes you different from the others. How do you stand out? This is huge, okay? In real estate, we're all trying to stand out. How many people know what I'm talking about? Like, oh, I got to do something unique. I got to do something different. There's 2.1 million realtors. Guess what? You are each unique and different. There's not much more uniqueness than just you. So if you just show up on social media with your photo and with the one-liner, that could be enough, right? We don't have to go crazy to stand out. We just have to show up. You got to show up day in and day out. If you show up on social media, it might even be you just smiling like, hey, I got a great smile today. I feel great about today. Who else feels great about today? Tom Ferry does that all the time. Daryl Davis does that all the time. All these amazing coaches, they're out there like, hey, I'm here. Did you make your 20 calls today? And that's it. That's their whole post. And people are like, yeah, I did. No, I didn't. Right? So just show up as a personal post, and it's going to go a long way. It's going to keep you top of mind with your people. You can't be everywhere, but if you post on social media, you're getting out there quite a bit. Makes sense? Who agrees with me? Let me know in the comments, in the chat. Who's going to post a little more of themselves out there? I know this is the tough one. I get some participants raising their hands. Let me know in the chat too. I want you to take this on. Just show us your smile at least, right? Like show us that you woke up today and you're grateful. Share something you're grateful for. Post a picture of yourself or your family, right? Catherine says, I just show up. Walter says, find the new. Kristen says, I'm going to try. Catherine says, I love just show up. I'm in. Awesome. I love it. So yeah, these posts are really huge. And when I look at some of the top industry influencers in real estate, I see them just showing up, posting themselves, sharing a quick comment, and it's enough for me to keep top of mind, right? For us to keep them top of mind, for you to stay top of mind for your sphere. Okay, so let's get into the LinkedIn post. How do you post? Okay, when you go into LinkedIn, there's a big posting box right on top. You can't miss it. On LinkedIn, it's pretty clean, especially on desktop. You just go in and it says start a post. And once you put your cursor in here, boom, this box shows up and says, hey, what do you want to talk about? I want to talk about me, right? I want to talk about the real estate market. What do you want to talk about? So you put in some comments and then you can choose to upload a photo, a video, an audio event, or write an article or upload a document. That's it. Pretty straightforward, not as complex as like, you know, TikTok or Instagram or Facebook. You don't have to do all kinds of crazy things here. Are people starting to love LinkedIn? It's a little bit simpler than you think. And but wait till I show you how to upload your contacts, then you're going to love it. So that's how simple it is to post. Nothing crazy. Now let's look at the network. This is the gold, okay? In most social media profiles, building your network is kind of tough. Okay, like Instagram, it's kind of tough to get a lot of followers, right? Facebook, you're maxed out at 5,000 friends. It's definitely hard to get people to like your Facebook page nowadays. In fact, I wouldn't even waste too much time on that. I'd be focused on my Facebook relationships, like friend requesting people. But on LinkedIn, you can use the desktop and you can use your database and you can use your spreadsheet. So what does that look like? I click on my network and here I am on my network, 1,500 connections, 3,730 contacts. Okay, 3,730 contacts. Shows you different groups, events, etc. And I can ignore or accept requests. That's the network. You click on my network, you'll see all the people that have, you know, reached out to connect with you, and you can ignore or accept their request, and you can make more connections. Take mind of this. When you click on contacts on the left-hand side, well, actually, I'm gonna back up a second. Below this, you have all the recommendations that LinkedIn is making of people they want you to connect with. Instagram does this with Discover People and suggestions. Facebook makes recommendations. LinkedIn makes recommendations too on who you should connect with. Okay, so take advantage of that. Right when you click on my network and you scroll down, you're going to see a bunch of people that LinkedIn thinks you need to connect with. Boom, connect, 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 and you'll start growing your contacts. You'll see all the incoming requests of people who wanted to connect with you. If you haven't been on LinkedIn for a while, you're going to see a lot of those. I got 67 right here, right, that I could go through and ignore or accept, ignore or accept. Now, this is the gold. I've imported 1,452 contacts. I did this before to show you how to do it. And here they are, they're imported. And I can go connect with these people or not. Okay, it doesn't automatically do it. I have to upload my contacts and then I can connect. So how do you upload your contacts? Check it out on desktop. Okay, on desktop, everybody, very key. Add more contacts. I can also export my contacts. I can also manage my synced contacts. These three buttons, I wish existed on Facebook and Instagram so I could actually manage it a lot better. It doesn't really work like that on Facebook and Instagram. That's why I'm loving LinkedIn. I can come in here, add more contacts at any time. I can export my contacts. I can manage my synced contacts. And when I click add more contacts, watch how cool this is. It says, do you want to connect your email account? And we can find all the people in your email and connect you on LinkedIn? I'm like, yeah, I want that. So what do you use? Oh, I use Yahoo. I use AOL. I use Gmail. And you select one of these and you log into your email account and shoom, all your contacts from your email account start getting found on LinkedIn. Anybody think this is cool and easy? Anybody done this? Say I've done this, or I think it's pretty cool, Alex. Let me know in the chat. This is gold, right? This is going to make it super easy for you to connect all the people that you've been emailing back and forth. You could go extract it, but this is really just going to make it easy. Lauren says, I'll be doing this after the call. Chris says, way cool. This is awesome. I never knew it was there. Just learned this from you now. Yeah, good. I love uncovering like these little secret doors in social media that it's like, oh, there is an easy way to do it, right? Look, Mark said, I just did it now. I love that. That's sweet. So you go connect your email and boom, it starts making all these connections for you. And then you just have to start connecting to the people. There's another way, and I can't show you because I just did it, but you get add to contacts and then it asks you, would you like to upload your contacts? And you upload a CSV. Now, how do you get the CSV? That's the big question. How do I get a contact list of all my contacts from my phone, Alex? How do I get a contact list from all my Gmail accounts, Alex? Well, if it's Gmail, you could just use their tool and you're done. But I'm going to show you how to do it through Gmail too. Okay, check this out. Once you've uploaded your contacts, you can manage the synced contacts, right? So I can resync with Google to grab all the newest emails that have come in through my Gmail account. I can sync with my Outlook personal, my Outlook work, my phone contacts. How cool is this on desktop, right? Nice and clean, spacey. I'm comfortable on my desk computer doing this stuff, right? Next, you can also go to your Gmail and click on the 9 little dots, and there's a section called contacts. And most of you don't know this, but in your Gmail, they're automatically building your contact list for you. And all you have to do is hit export. You can also merge and fix, right? Get rid of duplicates. You can create labels from all the people in your Gmail. Go play with Google Contacts and you'd be surprised what's happening in that world. Most of us just play with Gmail and we're like, Gmail, good. Contacts. You got some questions? I'm sorry I didn't ask sooner. Will be an example of a personal post. How long should a video be in order not to make it long? So short format videos are going to be like a minute or under. Long format videos are going to go on YouTube. They're going to be like 10 minutes or longer. Like this training is a long format video, but I'm going to turn it into maybe 20 or 30 short format videos. Okay. And an example of a personal post is literally like me smiling, right? It's just personal, something about you. What if I have a different email server than the one shown? It's a business email. You can connect. If it's an Outlook, you'd have to play with it, but you can do it. Let me go back over here. Next, take a screenshot of this or take a photo of this. If you're on an iPhone, there's this tool called MC Backup. This is how you get all the contacts off your phone and into a spreadsheet. Super fast, super easy. You download this app, and for Google Play, it's over here, MC Backup. You download this app, it shows you all the contacts in your phone, and in one tap, you hit Backup Now, and it says, would you like to save it as CSV? And you're like, yeah, I want a CSV. And then you upload that to a Google Sheet or to a spreadsheet, and now you've got all your contacts. Why is that good? You could put it in your CRM. You could use it for a newsletter. You can use it for this type of stuff on LinkedIn. Okay, so take a screenshot, try this, you'll love it. My only comment on this is don't delete anything or like delete the backup. It's just making a backup though, so feel safe on that end. Just making a backup of what's in your phone. Chris has a question. Do you recommend quick personal video like a text video chat? Absolutely, for a personal post, why not? So that's a little bit on connections. Anybody have any more questions on uploading your contacts, networking, connections, how to add your connections into LinkedIn? I think that was gold for a lot of you, just knowing that that's there and you can play with that. But I'll answer any questions on that. I'm going to move on to the next section. I'll come back if I see any questions. LinkedIn Jobs is next. This used to be what LinkedIn was all about. Just want you to know that's there. I don't use it that much because I founded this company, so I'm not really looking for a job right now. But if I was, I would come in here. But I do post on LinkedIn for jobs, right? So if you're looking to hire or you're recruiting, LinkedIn is a good place to post. And here's the different job postings. Just letting everybody know that that section exists. It's right here under jobs. Next section, LinkedIn messaging. This one is gold. Sending messages to people on LinkedIn Now, a lot of you are going to see a lot of spam on LinkedIn messaging. Probably more spam on LinkedIn messaging than Facebook or Instagram right now. But that's where you have to come in and not sound salesy, okay? If you do messaging short and sweet, one-liners, quick questions, be personal, you're going to stand out in the noise of spammy messaging on LinkedIn. Make sense? This is what LinkedIn messaging looks like. You can create messages and send it to people. Like I'm reaching out to a Berkshire Hathaway manager on what we do. And I put my phone number, like I want to make it personal, who I am, what my company does. Okay. Now she didn't reply to this, but this is kind of what messaging looks like. And this is just like Instagram Messenger, Facebook Messenger. This is LinkedIn Messenger. What's really nice is you can do it on desktop and it's super easy and you can find people really easy on LinkedIn. Here is somebody who does a lot of LinkedIn coaching, a friend of mine that I recommend. She does LinkedIn video coaching and LinkedIn messaging coaching. Okay, she's developed a lot of strategies on this. You can go check her out, Shay Rowbottom. And she made over 3 million from inbound messages on LinkedIn. Okay, $3 million. So LinkedIn notifications is next. What's LinkedIn notifications? This is where you're going to see all the notifications, like people saying congratulations, people commenting on your posts. Okay, this is where you're going to get engagement and interaction. So if you click on notifications, you'll see all of this stuff. And you'll see people who tagged you and people who commented about you and people who viewed your profile. Pretty cool, right? I get to see who viewed my profile. That's a lot tougher to do on, I mean, I don't even think you can do it on Instagram or Facebook. See actually who went and saw my profile. Right here, I can see all the views of the people that went and looked at my profile. How many people want to know who looked at your profile in the last 30, 60, 90 days? Let me know in the chat if you want to know. Wouldn't it be interesting to know like who's stalking you, who's checking you out, who's going on your profile? I think so. I think that's pretty interesting information, especially if I go on there and I see like some major CEO is checking out my profile. I can direct message them. Sound good idea? You could see who sees your profile and then you can direct message them and say, hey, I noticed you were on my profile. Can I answer any questions? Marisol says, do you have to pay for it, right? You know, I have to check on that if that's because I'm in Sales Navigator, if I'm able to see that. That's a good question, but I'm in Sales Navigator, so I do have a full-blown version. I'd have to double check and get back to you on that, Marisol. LinkedIn tools. These are additional tools that LinkedIn has. So you can post a job, you can get insights, you can do advertising. There's a lot of additional tools that LinkedIn offers. LinkedIn ads, for example. Check this out. With 900 million professionals, you can do ads on LinkedIn to drive traffic and build awareness. For a lot of you to stand out and be unique, while everybody's doing their Facebook ads and their Instagram ads, you might want to consider LinkedIn ads for a change. Make sense? Now let's get into LinkedIn Sales Navigator. LinkedIn Sales Navigator is the premium feature, and I'm going to show you mine, my LinkedIn Sales Navigator. This is what happens in LinkedIn Sales Navigator. I can come in here and I can look up anybody in any company. Pretty crazy, okay? So I can come in here and I can see like, you know, Coldwell Banker managers. If you're looking for relocation people, you can go check out Amazon, who's like opening up a huge warehouse in this area and is going to have all these new people. You can go on there and find all of these people. Okay, I can come in here and I can search and create leads and save them into my lists. I can build my own LinkedIn CRM. So I come in here and I can go do a search for like Coldwell Banker and boom, I can see the vice president, the national vice president, the executive vice president who are on LinkedIn, but now I can save them to a list and I can start to see who they're connected to and who they're connected to. And it just keeps expanding, right? I can see the entire organizational chart for a company, all the employees in it who have connected on LinkedIn. I can start to organize them into lists, Coldwell Banker managers, investors, Remax regionals, brand partners, my most valuable connections. For most of you, it might look like my people in Long Island, my people in New York City. You might create lists of different geographic areas, right? You might create lists of like previous clients, current clients. Sound good? You can start to organize your stuff. Anybody seeing the value in this Sales Navigator? I'm not even promoting Sales Navigator. I don't get paid to promote Sales Navigator. I just think it's pretty cool that I can come in here, look up a company like Coldwell Banker, see that there's 38,000 employees on LinkedIn, and then actually go in and explore those relationships, right? I can go in and like see all the people with their titles and save them and save and save and save and start creating my map of all the people that I want to go after. Has anybody ever heard of making your Dream 100 list? There's a book called The Ultimate Sales Machine by Chet Holmes. If you haven't read this book, huge book. What it teaches you is to build the Dream 100 list, like the 100 people in your community or in the United States that, or in the country, in the world, that if you did business with these people, it would move the needle on your business. I like to make that Dream 100 list. I have it. And I'm trying to get all those people on my podcast. And so far it's working. I got 32 people booked, including the president of the National Association of Realtors, right? And why? Only because I put it in my vision. You know what a lot of people do? You want to work with people, but they're not right in front of you. They're like so far away from your vision that they're blurry. You don't even know what they look like. What if you brought them to the front so that it's really clear? These are the 100 people. Like, wouldn't it be good to do real estate? If I was in Manhasset, New York, I would want to work with the superintendent of schools, right? I'd want to sell real estate for the principal of that local school. Wouldn't that be a good idea? Isn't that like somebody who would want to be in your Dream 100 list, right? Or maybe it's like the head of a company who's got the most growing company in town, so that I can be the referral agent for all the employees. Maybe you want to put that person on your Dream 100 list. And what if you took that Dream 100 list and you found those people on LinkedIn and you started connecting with them and commenting on their posts when nobody else is? So you see where I'm going here? Anybody catching my drift where I'm going with this? This is giving you the ability to find those people, put them on your list, start following them. And you could do this on Facebook and Instagram too, but it's even easier on LinkedIn. Hit me with a yay or a nay if you're following me in the chat. This might be a little advanced, but I mean, this stuff like I'm passionate about, because I have gotten to the top with people that I've never would have thought I could get to the top. Like, how did I get the president of the National Association of Realtors on my podcast? I don't know, but it was a lot of different connections that I used through LinkedIn and social media. How did I get certain investors to invest in our company? It was Facebook messaging, LinkedIn messaging, right? Marisol says, I love the Dream 100. Patricia says, yes. Yeah, think of that. You know, take some time to think about your business. Who are the top 100 people that would move the dial? If you were doing business with them or you interviewed them, or they even mentioned you on their podcast or on their social media, it would move the dial for your business. Let's focus on those people. 80-20 rule, right? Sales Navigator. This is the inbox. This is where you can send message to people through Sales Navigator. And this is the cost for Sales Navigator right off their website, $79 a month. I think that's what I pay, or $9.59 a year. And I'm not promoting LinkedIn Sales Navigator. I'm just telling you, I use it. It's freaking amazing, right? You can also do the Sales Navigator Advanced, $169 a month. They have a free trial, everybody. You might want to check it out, but I'll warn you, if you're not like already playing on LinkedIn, don't jump in on this and sign up for another recurring subscription. But if you really want to play, start using LinkedIn and then taking advantage of these advanced features. This is available and it's been gold for our business. So what's next with LinkedIn? They come out with new stuff all the time. Here's the latest 2 features, very applicable to the real estate industry. Number 1 is called newsletters. Getting super high engagement. You could go sign up for LinkedIn newsletters and have people subscribe to your newsletter. Okay, right on LinkedIn. You can add product pages on LinkedIn now. How can I use product pages for real estate? Well, product pages about your listings, for one. That's one way. Just like Google Business has products and services, you can add your products and services to Google. Now you can start adding your products and services to LinkedIn. These are the 2 newest features LinkedIn released at the end of 2022. So check those out too. And this is the LinkedIn roadmap for the basic things. If you take away anything from this call, Number one is make sure your LinkedIn profile is set up. Whether we set it up for you or you set it up, make sure it's set up professionally. Number two, make sure you have a quality LinkedIn cover image. Whether we do it for you or you go do it through Canva, make sure that's there. It has your branding. Step number three, do the connections. Go into that networking tool on the top, start connecting your email addresses, start connecting your contacts, start building your connections, and start engaging with people. Okay, that's going to build your connections super fast on LinkedIn, way faster than any other social media profile, I think. And step number four is start doing some posts, simple posts. Don't get over the top on this. Don't think about this too much. That's where we get paralysis and analysis paralysis, right? I don't know what to post, Alex. Did I spell it right? Should it be a long post? Should it be a long format, short format? Why don't we just start with a photo that says, hi, I haven't been on LinkedIn in a while. I'd love to make some connections. Can you connect me with somebody, or can you just say hi back? Like, or how are you doing? It could be that simple. Who on this call is at least going to go on LinkedIn and do these 4 steps? Step 1, make sure my profile's set up. Step 2, update my cover image. Step 3, start making some connections. And step 4, post and just say hi. Put a photo of yourself. Put your favorite photo. Just do something, right? Like, do it now. Exactly. That's going to make the difference for you. And start clicking around and playing with the buttons. My kids break things all the time, right? They click, 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 and break. You're not going to break anything here, though. Okay, this is a social media network. Worst case, you go delete the post. I just want you all to get familiar with it, start playing with it, and awesome. I see a lot of comments here. I'm done with steps 1 through 3. I need to do step 4. Me, I'm going to do it today. Wayne says I will. Walter says favorite for me. Totally up for it. Do you add your connection people who do not have profile picture? If you know them, yes. If you feel uncomfortable, like if it looks weird and there's no profile photo, no banner, no description, it's probably a fake profile, or could be a fake profile. You might not want to add it. Dennis says already done and RealGrader helped. Awesome. I love it. Any questions here? Nope, we're good there. So if you need help, feel free to email us, hello@realgrader.com. You need help with LinkedIn profiles. You need help with LinkedIn posting. You need help with LinkedIn connections. You need help with questions about LinkedIn Sales Navigator. Send us an email. Let us know. This is part of our influencer training. We do influencer. We have a huge community of real estate influencers that have gone next level with our business, and we coach them. We give them support Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday on Zoom calls. We do trainings like this once a month. We give them access to all the trainings we ever did. Some of you are seeing this for the first time. Email us and ask us about our influencer program. Maybe you need help with that. If you are an influencer right now, the recordings are going to get stored in the influencer dashboard for you. I'm trying to do at least 1 profile every month. Sometimes I'm doing 1 every week. I did YouTube, I did Google, I did Facebook, I did Instagram. I'm coming back to do YouTube Advanced. Next, I'm going to do Facebook Advanced, Instagram Advanced. So we just keep going and going, because we have to move with the market, everybody. We have to make changes as the market changes, as the technology changes. I'm always updating this stuff. I thank you all for being here today. If you have any questions, put them in the chat. You have any questions, email us at hello@realgrader.com. If you enjoyed this training and loved it, give us a 5-star review on Google. And I really thank you all for your time today. Wanted to make it efficient, power-packed, give you all the goodies on LinkedIn, give you the overview. Let me know in the chat if this was useful. Thank you so much for joining.